A couple of weeks ago, we sent you the St. Mark's narrative budget for the new fiscal year, which started on July 1st. And in that is a summary of where the year ended in June, at the end of June, and then what we're looking for this coming year. And it's always a pleasure to have the treasurer, Gary Adkins, here to help explain all these numbers. Sometimes it's easier to hear you just put into words what we need to be paying attention to. So Gary's going to take a few minutes this morning and introduce you to some of these numbers and share some highlights. And I want to thank you, Gary, of course, for another year of serving as the treasurer and chair of the finance committee here. Gary's a long, faithful member of this congregation who's served in basically every capacity except a clergy person. So we're grateful for your time once again to help us understand these numbers and our financial life at St. Mark's.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
My pleasure. It's an easy report. It actually gets easier, believe it or not, even through the difficult times that we've been through. The financials that are in your package that Father Cook referred to. Not everybody loves to look at financials, but I'll just hit some highlights. The important thing is that our income continues to grow. Both pledge and open offering continue to be sources of strength here at St. Mark's, even in these difficult times. From the information in your packet, looking back from 18 to 21, our income's grown 14%, and that includes both pledges and open offering. We've bounced back from thrift store earnings that were down, of course, when the thrift store was closed, and we just continue to have an incredibly generous community. The expense side of the equation, if you look at that, is also good news in the sense that our general operating expenses are actually half of what our income is, and except for salaries, but of course salaries relate to the fact that we've been able to add staff, which is a wonderful thing, and we've had obviously technology and other expenses that were not only necessary but really allowed us to do a lot of things that we've done in the last year and a half to stay connected, if you will, and communicate. So the overall budget is great. We ended with a surplus. And that's not even considering the additional funds that were directed to St. Mark's and are in a separate attachment that Father Cook put in the package. So for me, the theme of the last year has really been two things. One has been adaptability. We've adapted to the environment that we've had, and technology. We've used various ways to communicate. We have a communications coordinator, and we have a new mobile app, and we stay in touch socially. And I think that's been a big benefit. The school has continued to thrive. That budget is over $7 million, and whereas a year ago the school was a little concerned about attendance, we're now back over 400 students, and going to have a very profitable year at the school as well. So, from my perspective, the generosity here is amazing, and it continues. And we've kind of, as I said, adapted to a new environment. We all want to get back into church, but Livestream has been
it's made it easier not to come back, hasn't it?
It's been easier on some of us.
That's great.
But at the same time, we've also reached a lot of additional people.
Right.
Made it easier for people who can't necessarily come, or people from around the world. And it obviously hasn't hurt our ministries, it's helped our ministries. Right. We've done more and more.
Absolutely. Thank you. And thank you all. For those of you who pledged, that is to fill out a little pledge card and let us know what you are hoping to do to support our life together at St. Mark's. It continues to be a really important tool to help folks like Gary and the finance committee budget if we don't really know what's going to come in. So if that's a new thing for you, please call me, let Gary know. We'll explain how that works in terms of making a financial commitment kind of ahead in the year. And that's different than, we're never going to bill you if you're late, but it gives us a tool to help be better stewards of the finances at St. Mark's. So, always invite you to fill out a pledge card and let us know what your commitment's going to be. And want to always thank you for your generosity in supporting the missions and ministries here so that we can truly continue to thrive here in Palm Beach County and around the world. It's a joy to worship and to be in a community with you guys.
We have a wonderful faith community, incredibly blessed. And I would just add that, I would encourage you to take at least a quick look at the narrative budget, at least the little pie in the front page, to see where those dollars go. It's a lot of dollars, and they go to a lot of different ministries and missions, and not just the school and not just the church, but they help people, empower people all over the world. So I would encourage you to at least take a little glance at it and be thankful for the gifts that we've received, and we're thankful for the gifts that you've given.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thanks, Gary. Appreciate it. Pleasure. And thank you. We'll see you Sunday on Livestream.
Uh-oh, you're evaluating my work.
I am.
Are you subscribed?
I will with the red button.
And give us a thumbs up.
I'm a fan, of course.